to On My Way to Wealth, the podcast where busy Gen Xers can learn financial tips as they navigate life on their way to wealth. And now, please join your host, Luis Rosa.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of On My Way to Wealth. My name is Luis Rosa, and I'm your host. This is episode 49, the last episode in year 2020. And what a year has it been, has it not? I know a lot of us have gone through a lot this year. Everyone has been impacted one way or another. I hope that your families are healthy, happy, and safe. I wanted to talk to you about New Year's resolutions. You know, this is the time of the year when people sit down to reflect on the year that passed and also to formulate some thoughts, some ideas, and some actions that they want to take on for the new year. So as you think about these things, I want you to consider several things in order for you to be successful in achieving those goals. And these are some principles that I've learned, that I've acted upon, a lot of stuff that I just learned recently that to me was just eye-opening, simple, but eye-opening stuff. So I wanted to share that with you. First, I want to start by sharing some quotes that I've heard throughout the years. I'm sure some of you have heard these as well. One is a question, says, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time, right? So you have this huge animal, somebody wants to eat such a beast, you can't possibly eat an elephant in one sitting, right? But you can if you break it up into small chunks. And I think the concept is that of breaking things into smaller tasks. Rome was not built in a day. Another thing, the great city of Rome did not happen overnight, right? And the third one, the great poet Sean Carter said, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. And that speaks to not only breaking things into smaller chunks, but also in the perseverance aspect of it. What I like about that quote is that sometimes you don't realize that your efforts are making any difference because you're doing them day in, day out. And it's very easy to not do it because if, for example, let's use weight loss as an example, because I know a lot of people around this time of year, that's one of the goals that is probably one of the more famous ones as far as New Year's resolutions go. You're in there, you're eating healthy, you're working out. Sometimes it's very difficult for you to see the results right away because one workout is probably not going to make a difference in how you see yourself in the mirror. And because of it, and this is one of the things that I recently learned, just started reading a book. I'm going to share the name of the book with you. I'm also going to share it in the show notes if you're interested in reading it. But basically, it's called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And the whole concept of the book is saying there are no overnight successes. When you see somebody that just made it all of a sudden, they have been grinding for a very long time, often overlooked, just behind the scenes and just putting in the effort. And then one day, they just blow up overnight, quote unquote, right? But that's not really true. It's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that people sometimes don't see. And it could be years before you achieve something. So when you're trying to lose weight, you know, and that's one of the things I read in the book that it's a very simple concept, but to me, it was very eye-opening because I've been guilty of starting to do something like a weight loss or trying to get fitter, or even things like continue to do online videos. You know, a lot of the times I don't see results from any of that stuff. You know, I might post a video on social media, hardly get any likes or any retweets or whatever. But, you know, sometimes I speak to people that tell me, hey, man, I love your videos. You know, they might not have expressed that online. They might have not hit the like button. They might not have retweeted or shared it, but they're listening and they're counting on it. They've gotten accustomed to me sharing little tidbits about personal finance and motivational stuff throughout the year. So I don't know the impact that I'm having immediately because I'm not seeing the results. You know, and there have been times where, you know, I've been like, man, this really isn't working. my message isn't really getting out there. People are not really liking my content. I don't see a lot of activity on social media. And it then shakes you at your core. Like, am I doing the wrong thing? Should I really continue? Does it even make sense? So bringing it back to the weight loss thing, I've had that problem personally where I've started a workout program and I've been eating smaller and healthier portions and working out. And, maybe a week goes by, 2, 3, it seems like a long time, but that really isn't a long time when you look at things in the larger scheme of things. And what I got from the book, from Jeff Olson's book, was that the little things are the things that really matter, that really make you successful. But the trick is using consistency, perseverance behind it, just like you use compound interest when you invest. One of the examples that he uses in the book is if you double a penny every day for like 30 days, it ends up being over $10 million, and the point of that is to show you that those small little actions just done consistently, time in, time out, over time are going to give you great results. So the second thing I got from the book was that it's so easy for you to skip that workout. Because like I said earlier, you could skip working out today. You're not going to look any different, right? So it's super easy to do. It's also super easy not to do, which is why most people around this time of year, and they have New Year's resolutions, the gyms get packed, probably not now because of COVID, but typically you would see a big surge in gym memberships and attendance, and then it just starts fading out. By Valentine's Day, everything goes back to normal. Everybody's quit. And that's one of the reasons for it. So I want you to think about that, even in your own life. Think about things that you have accomplished in the past. Even things like graduating high school, graduating college. How did you do that? You didn't just sign up for school and then you graduated. There was a process in between, attending class, doing your homework, doing those research papers, little by little, passing one test at a time. And eventually you got your degree. How did you lose weight before, or gain weight, or gain muscle? It was a lot of working out, time after time. How did you improve any skill, whether it was playing an instrument, sport, learning a language like I did? I had to learn English when I came to this country. I didn't just learn English. It took me like 5 years to feel comfortable enough to have a conversation. And that was reading books, listening to tapes, listening to hip hop, all kinds of stuff. It took a while having conversations with people, practicing with my siblings, being made fun of sometimes, right? Taking those chances. So I want you to think in your own lives, think about things that you have already accomplished and don't dismiss those, because a lot of times we're very quick to accomplish a goal and really not celebrate it because we want to move on to the very next thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? You should always have and set up bigger and better goals for yourself. But don't forget to take time to also celebrate those wins, even if they're small. So after reading The Slight Edge, one of the things I got from it was looking at things in a different way. Now, when I have to work out, I don't look at it as a chore anymore. Before, for me, working out was something that I really disliked. I mean, I did it like just because I had to. That's the only way I'm going to get fit. But I really disliked it. I hated the time it takes, the discomfort you go through, sometimes pain, right? Because you get sore, etc. And I noticed that then I would lose my motivation within a few weeks. And then I'll stop working out for a few weeks and then go back. And then it was just like a constant state of soreness because I just kept picking it back up. So now when I have to work out, I think about, you know what? This action is going to be one of the things that is going to make me successful. I just have to continue to do it day in and day out. So now my workouts are no longer a chore for me. I actually enjoy them and look forward to them, which is crazy because I never thought that that would be the case. And now I'm trying to apply the very same concept to everything else. Personal finances. I spoke about compound interest, or mentioned it a little earlier. That can work in your favor. If you owe money, it's working against you because that $100 sweater that you bought online, it's going to cost you $138, depending on how long you wait to pay it back, right? If you charge it on a card. Now the concept works for you in your favor when you're investing, right? You're putting money in your 401k. Compound interest works in your favor. It's your friend, but it's small and you don't see it right away. That $100, if you happen to get 7% interest that year, is only $107, right? It doesn't seem like a lot. But then if you get 7% on that 107, it's a bigger number. And then you keep getting interest on top of interest. So I had somebody recently ask me about side hustles and how to get passive income in order to grow wealth. I think it's a great idea to diversify your income stream. So if you have that ability, in addition to working a regular job, obviously, yeah, if you have an idea or something you want to explore, maybe a passion that you want to turn into a business, by all means, do that. But they were asking me about those, like, hey, what do you do? And I say, I actually do the boring stuff. I just invest small amounts of money consistently over time. Like I don't have any particular grandiose idea to get rich. But let me tell you, over time, those little amounts contributed, and then compounding interest on top of interest over time will add up to a large sum of money, right? It's only a matter of time. So I want you to think about your goals for next year so that you don't give up in the middle of them or even shortly after starting. Think about, you know what? Yes, I have this huge goal ahead of me, but I don't have to accomplish it all at once. All I have to do is today's work toward it. Take this huge mountain and break it up into smaller tasks. One workout at a time, one meal at a time, one 401k contribution at a time. Maybe you can go gradual, increase your 401k contribution by 1% this year, just 1%. If you guys listen to Tony Robbins, I remember listening to one of his CDs back in the day, so it's old. So I'm dating myself there, right? And he said, if you change the course of a ship by 1 degree, at first it seems insignificant, but over time, that 1 degree difference, you end up in a different part of the world. It's just amazing how those small little things have such an impact. So I hope that you can think of something in your own life in the past that you have accomplished, realize how you got there, that it was doing small little things for a consistent period of time, and then apply that same concept to your goals going forward, whether it's your health, your finance, your relationships, etc. Just do the little things every single day. Know that, yes, they're insignificant. And when you feel that push to skip that meal that's healthy, to skip that workout, to skip saving this month, realize, you know what? I'm going to do it, because these little things are what really are going to get me to where I got to go over time. So I hope you found this useful. I thank you very much. I know 2020 perhaps was not the greatest year, but I hope that you can use some of this information, some of this motivation, and go into 2021 positive and just make yourself better, achieve those goals, get that vision board, get a financial planner, read a financial planning book, read 10 pages a day, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos about finance, about motivation, personal growth. And I hope that you accomplish all of your goals. If you have any questions, always feel free to send me an email, luis@onmywaytowealth.com. Also, check out the show notes. I always put a download there for the 3 money moves to make before you're 45. So it's free. Just download it. It's yours to read. If you have any questions, always feel free to send me an email. So thank you so much. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and bigger and better things in 2021. Take care. Thank you for listening to On My Way to Wealth. If you have any questions, please send me an email at luis@onmywaytowealth.com. The information provided here is for information and education purposes only. The opinions expressed herein are solely those of myself, unless otherwise specifically cited. Material presented is believed to be from reliable sources, and no representations are made by my firm or myself about other parties' information or accuracy or completeness. All information or ideas provided should be discussed in detail with a financial advisor, accountant, or legal counsel prior to implementation. Thank you.